Warning: this video contains real conversations with real people who may use explicit language. Viewers' discretion is advised.
It's the inspiration behind the work.
Doing what God built for me.
I'm blessed by God.
What does legacy mean to you?
Very much so. As I'm getting older, not all is money. For me, it's all about my mark in time. You know, I've been doing it for 40 years, and I'm still doing it today. I was relevant 35 years ago, 40 years ago, and I'm blessed by God to be relevant today, and being passionate about doing things that I love, and being passionate and being creative, and being able to make people smile and happy.
That's great.
You mentioned God. How does God play into your creative process?
Everything. I mean, listen, I do things that I feel. I design. When I design, I create something that I love to do, and you know, I always do my best effort. I do my best, put always my best foot forward, and then let God take care of the rest. You know, that's what it is. You know, I don't panic anymore. As I told you, as I'm getting older, I let things go, and hopefully, you know, and I have to say that I'm blessed, and I'm very happy to be doing the things that I love to do, and being creative, and being able to make people smile, and people feel good about my product.
That's awesome.
Well, I can say I speak for both of us when I say that we're thankful that you're letting God's creativity flow through you.
Absolutely.
We appreciate your work. Thank you so much. Do you practice any kind of faith, any faith tradition?
Considering that I grew up in a Christian household, I would say Christianity is my religion. I am faithful. I am a man of God. I was baptized. I was reborn and everything. So yes, I do follow a religion. It's Christianity.
Do you think that plays into your creative process or how you run your brand?
I do, actually. So my brother would always tell me, like, God gives you these ideas for a reason, and you have to take it and run with it. So for me to follow my life, I'm doing what God built for me. You know, He laid this out for me. He gave me the idea for everything I'm doing, and that's how I go about it.
What did it mean to have your abuelo encourage you and say, hey, this is what God has given you?
It's kind of through his point of view in life. The guy's like really sturdy and strict, but like he's been through a lot in his life, but he always stood by God, and where he is today is in a better place. So with that being said, I just took that as an example, and then from my grandmother as well, she would always say, like, cleanliness is next to godliness. Like, you can do all things all things are possible through Jesus Christ. Like, that's literally in one of my bios. Just like being in a household like that in general, it was just being brought up. It's all been a big influence on my life. So yeah, like, to answer your question, just from my grandfather to my mother to my aunts and uncles, everybody, it's been a big influence on me as a person.
As all guys here trying to learn from culture, from ComplexCon, even from you, what do you think is like the biggest thing like that the church could learn from something like this, or like something like that's like ComplexCon culture? What do you think that we could learn from it?
I mean,
or what would you love to see change even?
To reach out to youth, more or less, to get more youth involved in the church, but still be more open to the idea of what the youth are going through. You know, we all have our trials and tribulations.
Stepping into their word, they're going through.
And all sins are forgiven. So like, if you look at a church, we all have to go, like, from a kid, your parents like, oh, dress up in a suit and tie. We can't show up in church like this, or we get frowned upon, you know? I would say be more open to that. And a lot of times, like, it kind of sucks to say, but also churches are very judgmental. You know, it's a very, very sketchy topic to say, but like, they are, you know, you have your, like, the front ladies whispering, like, why is this person here? Why is this person here? But in the religion, to be honest, like, all are welcome, you know? So like, I feel like a lot of people step away from going to church or practicing faith because they don't feel like that they're welcomed, or they'll be judged. So I feel like if churches just let people be who they are, and accept what is what, as God's word said, then yeah.
That's spot on.
And I think that's exactly how Jesus feels too, man.
Yeah.
I think that's the people who we hung out with, right?
Yeah.
All were welcome.
Right.
Yeah, look, we're all different right now. We're all different shades of color, you know, and we're all on one topic.
Yeah.
That's kind of what the brand is about too. Skateboarding teaches you that, you know, inclusivity, you know, and I don't think the world would even work if we don't work with each other. So yeah.
And you can't do that if you can't be open-handed, like you said. So that's awesome, man. Well, appreciate you being here, bro.
No
And
worries.
best of luck for all missions, dude.
Thank you.
All right, we got my homie Nick here. He's the director of Venice Beach Ball. Man, tell us a little bit why you started it. What was the inspiration?
The inspiration is the love of the game, man. The love of the game, just following where your heart is, you know? So we started a league on the beach in 2006.
Nice.
Most recently, a year and a half ago, we launched the Hoop Bus and the efforts to connecting communities through this hoop game and bringing the game where it's never been before. And just that form of outreach and spread the love of God at the same time.
Yeah, that's awesome. So you had mentioned love of God, man. Are you a man of faith? Talk a little about that.
I mean, you know, it's the inspiration behind the work, because it is a labor of love. At the end of the day, when you start the work that you're doing, it comes from passion, and then you bring the spirit into the game, and then the game elevates, and then you can share that love of the game with the community that you bring together on a weekly basis. So you know, we call it the Church of Hoops. It is a Sunday tradition that we gathered this basketball fellowship, and like I said, we've been bringing this energy all over the world, in the four corners of the world. We've renovated courts in 18 different countries and spread basketball everywhere. And it's
Sign me up.
it's a blessing to see, like, you know, how this love of the game grows, and then the love of the game evolves, and then the hoop dreams get achieved, and then you live in that space where it's beyond the dream, right? And that's when you know, like, your faith and the work that you put into to the tribulations, to the hard work. You know, it's certainly not easy. It's been many situations. The devil's gonna throw different little curveball and in and outs and sham gods at you, and you gotta know how to adjust. So it's
just the defense.
I mean, it's like right now we're in that space where, like, we're already beyond. So you know, I just feel so blessed and fortunate to be in that position to be able to share and give back. Right now we have this foundation. You know, the NBA invited us here, and now, you know, we're talking about bringing this bus back to All-Star Weekend, and it's and it just keeps working and sharing and growing. So
That's great.
What's the most fulfilling part of what you do? What's your favorite thing that you get to see, man?
Man, it's so many things, but at the end of the day, it's just planting seeds of hope and inspiring, and as simple as like a smile, and then just the gratitude that the players give to have a stage to showcase their talent, right, and their abilities. You know, it's a hard reality when you go from high school to college. If you play college ball, you're a pro. Like you put 10,000 hours, you mastered your craft, and then you have to go get a job. And there's not many stages where people can be recognized for their talent. So to be able to unlock other people's hoop dream is what I live for.
Empowering
is what I live for. Exactly.
Who's God's calling them.
Right. Yeah. That is the most fulfilling, right? When you're unlocking, because I unlocked my hoop dream,
Right.
and now I like to be able to see other people come
help
to the
others.
stage and build their brand, and then be their own vessel of hope, and then so
That's awesome.
it's just amazing, man.
That's cool, man. Hey, I have a question too, just a more personal level. We're all men that go to church. We value church as well too, and the reason why we're here is we want to learn. We want to learn about culture, learn about what you guys do. What do you think is like one thing that the church can take away from culture, from ComplexCon? What do you think what can we learn?
Oh man, what can you learn from this madness going on here, and this cultural and this? I mean, it's just that it's to embrace everyone's like differences and beliefs and style, and you know, at the end of the day, it's like, you know, you don't know what someone's going through. Like, why somebody's so passionate to spend $1,000 on these sneakers and saving. You know, like, you gotta respect that. Personally, it's like that's not my calling. That's not what I would do with the hard work and money that we make. But but it's interesting to learn and just like, I don't know, like growing in empathy, and it's like, I love to see everybody just being such like individuals through fashion, you know. I mean, I think that's the main thing you take away, right? People come and buy goods here and trade goods, and just they want to look good.
Yeah.
You know, I personally like just to let the game do the talking, and you know, whatever people give me, everything that I'm wearing has been gifted to me. So I'm like, I'll take the gift, I'll rock it. I don't care if it's a $5 or 99-cent T-shirt. Like, I'll be your billboard. I mean, depends what we're promoting, but right here we're talking about 75 years at the NBA. This is the vehicle that's driving the story, right? It's like you're talking about a kid with a hoop dream of going to the NBA, and now like getting an NBA contract with our baby, and this baby is sharing other.
That was the bus that was in.
That's in the commercial.
That's in the. I knew I recognized it because it was at Venice, and I was like, that's crazy. That's awesome, man. Well, appreciate you.
Yeah, appreciate you.
Where can people find you?
VeniceBall.com. Our nonprofit is called the Hoop Bus. We're going to go through this whole month of giving all through December. Awesome. The Hoop Bus is going to be pulling up like a giant Santa sleigh in every hood near you. So yeah, if people want to join and donate, we try to keep all proceeds going directly back to the streets, to the game, to the community. So
that's great.
Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah.
Sweet, man.
Yeah,
Well, appreciate your time, man. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you guys for coming.
Thanks so much.